Okay, I'm live. This is going to be a 15-minute stream because in 15 minutes I'm going to move people over to Tupac Coin Roll Hunter's channel, and he has a live stream. So I want to try to use my time wisely and efficiently during this stream. I should have given myself a little bit more time, but I don't want to go over into his time. So 15 minutes. Goonie Stacker is in the chat. Goonie, hey you guys. I got the notification. Yes, somebody got the notification. That's great. That's awesome. While I'm talking, I'm going to start to just cut this package from Silver Husky open from my auction, or from his auction that I was in. A bunch of other people. I got a lot of stuff. It was really fun last weekend. Specifically, Friday's auction, I got a lot more than Sunday. Sunday, I got one thing. Anyway, so Rafe is in the chat. Mark C10 is in the chat. Nice. Mark got the notification too. Millennial Stacker, what's up? Oh my gosh. I was very determined. I don't know if I did that, but luckily I can go through right after this and I can snip out a part. I don't want to give up live streaming just because I'm sometimes an idiot when it comes to these things. I just have to learn. And I'll edit until then. At least my audience isn't too big right now. So Millennial Stacker says, what's up, Alice? Not much, Millennial. Just going to open up some auction wins from Silver Husky and an item from International Stacker Store that says CUO. I know, I'll catch you on the next one, whatever the acronym is for that. I need to memorize the acronym. I have to say it out when I write it out. Keith says, hey Alice in chat. Hey Keith, Gibby's Treasures. Hey Gibby, thanks for coming in. I don't understand the Gibby 400 at all, but I am excited about it. I'm going to be in Mad Stackers live streams every night. Make sure I am there for any sort of driving contests or something. Drawings. Yeah. CYOTNO. Just to memorize that, like, by its acronym without having to say catch you on the next one. Millennial Stacker puts in some dogs. I like that. Because I feel like I'm a dog, not a cat. Ugh. It's like maybe why I like silver so much. Okay. Top Hat Coins says hello. Thank you for coming in, Top Hat Coins. Yvette, hey girl. Thanks for coming to my live stream. Gibby says, I know the suspense is killing me. Tupac Coin Roll Hunter goes live in 12 minutes, right, you guys? I'm pretty positive that's when his time is. So I'm trying to be fast. I wanted to talk about my story. It's going to be difficult to cover opening this and covering my story. I'm not quite sure. I might have to just not really talk about my purchases. I might have to just show them off without talking about them while I talk about my story. If that makes sense, because I don't think I can do both. But I got my dimes. This is my first GAW I've ever won in the community. And it went in someone else's package last week on accident. So I got it this week. Yay, I'm so excited. They're very nice dimes. Look how shiny those are. Look at that. I guess I could take them out and look at the year. I just don't. Maybe I will when I'm telling my story and I'm... Okay. There's a sticker. Getting quite a few of those now. Okay, so I'm going to catch up on the chat and then talk about my story and talk about why I'm telling my story. There's not a lot in chat. That's great because I'm on a time schedule here. Oh, Goonie says log all years, make the master collection as well. Maybe log all my GAWs. Robert Rowley says, hey Alice. Hey Mask Man. Oh, Mask Man's in here. I missed you, Mask Man. Sorry. Hey Mask Man. Nice to see you. I'm glad you stopped in. I'm glad you got a notification. So, cool. All right. And maybe what I'll do is I'll open up this before I look at this stuff closer so I can use this as my new backdrop. So I'm going to move this over. And then I'm going to open up this. Okay, here we go. Ooh, do you see the end? I was thinking when I got this it would be maybe a backdrop or some sort of prop. It's a towel. International Stacker brand towel. It's upside down. Okay, let's see here. Which side should we show? This one says International Stacker. I like that. I don't know, maybe I should do the other one, but anyway. This is a nice black backdrop for my coins. Don't you think? A great purchase. Very glad I got it. Maybe only some people would know what those letters were because they were here. They'd be like, what are those letters on your screen? Do we like this? I'll have a better setup eventually. I mean, I have like a black box. Mad Stacker! What's up, Mad Stacker? Thanks for coming to my live stream. I'm trying to finish up in the next 10 minutes so that I can shovel everybody over to Tupac Coin Roll Hunters live stream, which I don't know if anyone confirmed that he's on in 8 minutes, but I'm going to do the best I can. I'm not going to talk about my purchases from Silver Husky. I'm just going to show them while I talk about my story, which was the point of this video. The reason that I'm doing this is because Pirate Stacker asked Silver Scorpion what his story was and how he got into stacking and just kind of his life in general, whatever he wanted to share. So I watched Silver Scorpion's video where he talked about his story, and it was awesome. And Wildwest Stacker said, I want to make a video like this. And then I commented that I had already recorded a video, which is true, because as soon as I saw Silver Scorpion's video, I immediately recorded an audio of my story. And I was going to try to practice with making a slideshow with like an audio and use it as an opportunity to practice with that. But I could not figure out when I was done recording what I would actually put as a slideshow, because I can't use photographs. I can't be personal. I just was like, I'm just going to do a live stream and tell it again. Be a little bit more vague on some details that probably could maybe give my identity away. So my past, I'm going to be pretty brief and vague, but there's a little important parts that define who I am as a person. So really great family and suburban little neighborhood. My parents always wanted me to earn my own way, so I babysat as soon as I could when I was 12 all the way through high school a lot. And I worked when I was a senior and made commissions selling VeggieTale CDs in the mall to little kids at a kiosk, and it was really good. And I made more like sales than everyone else combined. But I would like dance and sing with the kids. I didn't care. I played sports. I was like fit and everything. And then in college, I had a boyfriend that maybe like wasn't the nicest to me, and I gained weight. And then I did really well in college though, and I went to grad school, and I ended up getting kind of depressed, but also like realizing I didn't want to do that field that I was in. So I left and I went home, and I ended up losing a lot of weight, and it was like really good for a while, very spiritual. But then I ended up kind of turning into sort of like a mania, but it was like an awakening. It's hard to explain. But I couldn't handle the dopamine of it all, of like who I was or supposed to be or something that was kind of being downloaded to me. Anyway, for 5 years, I dealt with manias or depressions back and forth, and I was hospitalized like 30 times. But made me so strong. I would not change any of it. And I haven't had to deal with any of that for about 7 or 8 years now. I haven't had any manias or hospitalizations or anything for a long time. But I eventually got on like a mood stabilizer, which is what I needed to help with the dopamine, instead of an antipsychotic like they were always putting me on. But yeah, it was like I was homeless for a summer, and like I saw in the face of hell. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't keep talking when I look at this one. Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize this was coming. I wasn't even paying attention when at this. Holy crap. I'm shaking. This thing. Oh my gosh. I feel like a badass because of what I went through, and what I know that if I was tortured for information, I would never give the information. And that made me feel strong despite having, despite not being skinny, like a lot of women need to be happy. I found my happiness with my strength, with what I went through and the darkness I saw and how I handled myself. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Anyway, I would, like I said, I mean it. I wouldn't change a single thing. I'm not reading the chat, by the way. It's amazing I'm telling my story and handling silver, let alone looking. Number 28? Number 28? What? What? I did not know this. I did not know. He did not show this ever. I don't think. I did not see it. I think that he mentioned that he was switching it for the other one that weighed more. Ugh. I didn't even understand what he was saying at the time, but I remember he said there was one that was 5.0 and one that was 5.1. And when I bought it in the bin, he said something about switching it. And he obviously just gave me the heavier one. And it's because it's number 28. I know that's why he did that. Oh my gosh. My favorite number just got me 0.1 ounces extra of silver, and just like a huge compliment that Silver Husky, gave me that because of my favorite number. I feel I know that this would auction for so much more, and he knows it too. It was such a good deal. Yeah, I can't believe I got it on bin. It was so meant to be. Okay, so anyway, in the last 6 years, I've only been with one person, and it was this young guy for 2 months, and that's who I got pregnant from. My son's 2, he'll be 3 in the next few months. I'm not going to be more detailed than that. And yeah, like dating or in any way whatsoever, I haven't been with anyone besides that guy in the last 6 years. Just because I'm just very protective of myself and my energy. And I've just matured a lot. This is what I got on Sunday for 100. I just grabbed it. I wanted this really bad because I wanted to hold it because this is not perfect. So I thought that was cool. I can touch it. It's kind of scratched a little bit. You see? And so he was telling people that, and I'm just happy. This is gonna be a handling piece for me. There's none of my other ones I feel comfortable handling because they're in better shape. So this is awesome. And so once I always made greeting cards, which I'll probably incorporate with my logo somehow and give to you guys. These are the dimes I won, like I mentioned. 1 more minute till he goes live. I'm going to try to wrap it up. I don't know, but anyway, I would make greeting cards and jewelry. I used to buy junk jewelry and go through it and piece it up and sell it on eBay. But when I had my son, I really wanted to buckle down and like make money besides the Social Security that was supporting me based on the mental illness bipolar thing. I was able to have Social Security and like basically not have to worry about my bills if I was frugal. But I decided to make more money so I could support him in whatever sports he wanted or martial arts or anything. So I started selling makeup on eBay. And then I started selling on Amazon, and before I knew it, I was selling like $1,000 worth of items a day. On Amazon mostly was when it got that big. And I was making a lot of money, and I was buying a lot of inventory, and my inventory was building up in my house, and I'm dealing with a lot of inventory right now because Amazon shut me down because of brands lying that I had a trademark infringement when I did not. And they all retracted. 2 different brands did it, and it's like this thing they do to try to get you to stop selling their item, even though it's not illegal for you because it's authentic item. I showed them where I got the item from a vendor of theirs, and they were like, oh, okay. And they retracted it. It didn't matter. Amazon didn't care that they got official retractions. Amazon's like China communist. I have a lot of negative things to say about Amazon. They have 12,000 of my dollars right now, and I'm trying to get it back of money of sales I made and inventory I shipped out to people. They just keep if you get shut down like I did. So eBay got left behind when I was so focused on Amazon. So I haven't really picked up since that happened. But once I got banned on Amazon, I started selling on or stopped buying inventory, beauty products, and I started buying silver. It was just like around the same time that I got really into silver that happened. So it was really good. Well, actually, I take that back. I was buying cryptocurrency. So my son had broken my TV with a building brick and cracked it. And I cried because I realized that I wasn't going to buy another TV. As soon as it happened, I knew it was just a sign that I wasn't going to buy another TV. So I didn't. And instead I watched videos about cryptocurrency. And I learned a lot, and I invested all the money I was making from the beauty products. Instead of buying inventory, I put it into cryptocurrency, and it was like about $20,000 at least that I put in, and then I turned it into $30,000 in a couple months. And I had like 60 altcoins. Then I learned about silver, and within June, July, and August, I had moved like that $30,000 almost all into silver through purchases on eBay mostly, and some Mercari, and then eventually some Facebook. But I wasn't really involved with the YouTube community yet at that point. And so that's how I amassed so much silver so quickly, is it was like all this beauty product money that I moved into cryptocurrency, and then I moved into silver. And I bought whatever I could get at cheapest by sniping on eBay. And I got like 30 or more deals under spot, at least, if not more. Just anyway, so I'm going to end this because we got to go over to Tupac Coin Roll Hunter's channel. But I think I did a pretty good job explaining the highlights of my story and then how I got so much silver so quickly. I got onto YouTube through Yankee Stacking and like Silver Dragons and International Stacker and Spectacular and all of the channels that teach you as a newbie how to like get into it, because they teach you like how to buy junk silver. Silver Dragons has a lot. And then Spectacular has this amazing video that goes over like all the different types of junk that you stack, and like, I don't know. I watched that video like 5 times. It was long and it was amazing. So then it's been more recent. I've gotten into the smaller community with like you guys, where I've been friends with other people and I've created my channel. It's pretty new, but I want to do some cool things with it, you know, that you can tell I'm investing to my logo and stuff. So I care about my future on YouTube and my influence for like helping people get into silver. I want to be one of those people that makes evergreen content that is edited well and recorded and with an intro, and new people getting into silver find my videos and they like want to get more silver when they're done watching my videos. So anyway, I'm going to end now. Oh, Tupac Coin Roll Hunter. Oh, it's still 30 minutes away. Okay, I was so stressed about that. I'm sorry. I don't know why it was a little early in what I remembered. Okay. Do you guys think I totally spaced on the chat? Or I totally wasn't looking at the chat that whole time. I'm going to go through the chat real fast and see what I missed. Because we can take a big, deep breath because he's not on for 30 more minutes. Which is great. Okay. Yeah, so in general, with my story, it's all a happy ending. And I feel very wise from my dark travels I've seen. What doesn't kill you really does make you stronger. And I think many of us probably can attest to that. I'm not reading the old chat, but I'm looking at it and it's a lot of cool stuff. Okay, so I might not go back further than I just did, which was pretty far. I'll definitely be rewatching this video and looking at the chat that I missed from anyone, but yeah, that's my story about I live by myself. I'm still single, like I mentioned. And I am happy about that. Especially like now that I'm making this YouTube channel, it's very convenient that I'm single, and I'm very much trying to stay that way because that would just be complicated. I think that I could talk about some of these things. This one I was really excited about. I felt like I think I spent $100 or something crazy low. I don't even know. I know that it's not like in its original box, but you can touch it and like it's so much cheaper, and then you can touch it. I don't know, like if people were giving me that and not bidding because they knew I liked it so much, but this was special. I really was happy. This was one of the ones he had in an unboxing on his channel before, and I remember thinking like, I want that. Just like, of course, we were all thinking when we saw this one. I'll look at that again in a minute. Tupac Coin Hunter says he's still setting up, and he'll see you in a little while. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I should try to stay on until you're ready, so everyone can just go right over. But I don't know if I can stay entertaining for that long. I probably can. I don't know. All right, what years did I get here? There's 3. I'm missing one, but it'll turn up. 1963, 64, 63. This is a nice 1963 dime. Very lustrous. See you soon, Tupac, says Coin Hunter. I didn't remember what time you were on today, and I woke up late because I've been just having a lot of sleep lately, which I think is good. Making up. And the first thing when I woke up was, is he live? Is Tupac Coin Hunter live? Was he in the morning show or afternoon show? And the first thing I did is I went to the YouTube and I opened up and I searched your name. And I opened up your channel and I looked and I saw it was later and I was like, okay, good. And I relaxed and I laid back down. Okay. This is cool. This is so cool. This is original mint packaging. I'm glad that I'm talking about these things because it is fun for me to look at them closer and not think about. Back to that Geiger, says Kalinel. Okay, well, anyway, this I just really liked this. I loved. It's the first year of issue in mint packaging. I mean, come on. All right, back to the Geiger, you say. As requested. This was another one that I, wanted, and it was like a joke with us that, anyway. I think I met the person that he got some of these Geigers from. Troy Stacks. I was watching his video and he had a video about all his Geigers, and then in his comments I was talking about how I got a Geiger Gold from Silver Husky, and he said Silver Husky won one from him. I was like, maybe that's the one I got. But Troy had so many Geigers. If you like Geigers, go watch that video. It's probably his last video that's up on his channel. I don't know if anyone wants to drop Troy Stack's link, but he just has opening so many Geigers. It was just like Geiger heaven. This is the first silver Geiger in assay I have, besides the little grams that I got from Silver Husky, and besides like the gold one, but I said silver. I do have a Geiger that's loose. It's a 20 gram, but it's not in assay. So that's exciting. Like, I don't have like tons of Geigers or anything, and I love them. So this is definitely a nice, fun purchase that came in perfect condition. I need to look at Under a Black Light in person sometime. And then this. Oh yeah, this is just a cool year. Oh, this is from, oh my gosh. My brain. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so I was unboxing these things and not like thinking about them at all when I was doing it, except for when I saw the John Wick pour. So now that my brain is back in what I'm doing, this was a gift from Goonie Stackers. Oh my gosh. He gave this to me. Can you believe this? I mean, he gave this to me. It's amazing. I'd given him something, but then like, this is worth just as much. I mean, this was expensive. This is not just an American Eagle. This is a 1996 proof. That was a crazy auction. I mean, we were all just like having so much fun. This was Fridays. That would be worth rewatching if you weren't there. Silver Husky's Friday auction last week. Oh man, thank you, Goonie. I don't think I see you in the chat, but you might watch this back later. Thank you so much. So much. So much. 1996. When I was taking this out and I was showing it off, I wasn't even processing the year that was, because obviously this is a really special year. My brain wasn't even, I can't, like, I'm more of a male in my brain maybe than, even though I'm a female, like, I'm very one track sometimes, which I think is a masculine thing, but anyway. I do have a very feminine energy that I think is nice for my channel, that people like, because it's different. Male energy is hot and fiery and active, and feminine energy is passive and cool and calming and grounding. So I am a female, but I don't know. I swear I just can't multitask sometimes. Anyway, I really hope Goonie sees this, because if he was here earlier when I didn't react, it's because I was not even processing what I was looking at. Because I was talking about like my past. But the Flying Twinkie, hey, Flying Twinkie, and I have emailed back and forth a little bit. He seems really cool. Let's go add him if you haven't. Mask Man, you're happy. You have happy energy. Yeah, I guess happy and feminine isn't necessarily the same thing, but maybe it should be. I mean, if we were all healed and not traumatized in our brains, we'd probably all be this way and happy, I think. I think all of us are just wounded. Steelers asking Aloha how it's going. Flying Twinkie says that's super nice. Aloha, wow, that was a powerful story. Just catching up. Yeah. Yeah, I hope that it helps people know when they meet anybody who says that they have bipolar, or maybe they have Social Security like I do because of bipolar or something like that. It makes people realize that they're not like always crazy. Like I haven't, like I said, had to have a sort of like hospitalization or any sort of like mania. I've had some times where maybe I've been depressed slightly or a little bit happier, but nothing where it's ever been like in the past where it was an actual issue. But anyway, I just think that some people have that diagnosis and it's like that, where they had these times in their lives where they dealt with it, but then they could have worked through it and be fine. It's just like, I'm just trying to reduce the stigma. So I talk about it openly. If I get my hair cut, I'll end up telling people, because you know how you talk to the person that cuts your hair for like an hour. Or like, I'm just not afraid to talk about it, and my whole family isn't. My mom, she went to the mental ward the first time I did for 3 weeks because I got her to go into one. So she'll talk about that with people openly too, how she went into one, and then they start talking about their families, and everybody knows somebody that has something. So if you're the first one to open up about it, then they feel like they can, and everybody can just like not judge each other. Anyway, I've been open about my story with people for a very long time, so it's just natural to talk about it with you guys, but that's because I really do feel like it was all great, that it all happened. There's no victimization in it at all. It was like I was chosen, that I could handle it, because we're not given more than we can handle. So I feel honored that I was like, you know, allowed to be given such hard things to become so strong. So I could deserve something like this. That's not an accident that I got this. It's just like the universe or God or something was involved. Flying Twinkie says that's a nice Queen's Beast. Yeah, and it's scratched, which is why I wanted it, so I could use it as a handling piece. I'm excited to have a Queen's Beast I can hold, because I have a lot of them that are just a little too nice to hold. They might not be perfect. Some of them got a little dinged up in shipping if people didn't put the lid on the tube. But they're still not handled or toned, really, so I don't want to touch them. Yeah, I mean, look at how deep of a pour that is. This is not normal. This is crazy. Let's look at the back again. Does that say Nug Life or Thug Life? I mean, you'd think Thug, but Nug is what it looks like to me, which is like cool. Nug Life Meadows. Oh my gosh, 28. This is, you know, one of those things that are in that deepest stack of like 5 or 6 pieces. You know, that like 5, like top 3. I mean, this is just the deepest of deepest of deepest. Nobody will ever get this out of my hands. Oh man. Like, this would be hard to get out of my hands, and this would be, and of course this because this was from Goonie. I mean, a lot of the, and this too, I mean, a lot of the things that I get from Silver Husky are, and I mean, not everything. I mean, some things I'm getting because it's such a good deal. Like, I could flip it, so why wouldn't I get it? But it's probably going to be hard to actually sell. Anyway, freaking incredible. I've never fired a gun like that. I mean, like, I fired like a BB gun, but that's my goal. I need to fire like a real gun sometime. Can't hold a gun though, carry, because of the mental illness thing, I guess, probably. It is really cool. I was able to put all my money I made from my beauty products back into inventory because my rent is like $154, even though this place is worth like $1,300 because of the program I'm in. And it's not Section 8. It's like some other private grant program. So anyway, I'm just very blessed to have all this support because of what I went through. that I could I could just take my beauty products and just like double and grow. So I have a lot of inventory now to sell that I have to just get my eBay business back rolling again. Anyway, okay, so Goonie, I was just talking about, okay, so when I was showing off these pieces earlier, I wasn't looking at them very closely. I was just telling my story, and so I was not like processing what I was showing people besides this John Wick one. So then just now when you were gone, I went through each piece with my brain focused, and then I got to this and I started to freak out, or not freak out, but, you know, tell everyone about how you bought this for me and how just freaking incredible and important this is to me because of that now. Like the deepest of stacks that I will never ever get rid of. This 1996, it's proof. I mean, not cheap. This year is insane, as we know, low mintage. This is a proof. It has, I mean, this guy, I will never, ever, ever get rid of this. This is the most important American Eagle that I own. By far. And so, anyway, thank you. I'm glad you came back so I could tell you that as soon as my brain was involved, yeah, so anyway, Flying Twinkie has to run. Says goodbye. Anna, Allison Silverland. That's a deep stack piece. Yeah, this is a very deep stack piece. A lot of these pieces are pretty deep stack. It's like more deep stack than these two, even though these two are deep stack. But it's like up there with this one. Like these are just, anyway, I don't even know. Okay, so I think that it's not enough time to justify starting like a whole new box to look through, because I always have these couple boxes here of silver I haven't looked through that I could look through, but probably not, because Tupac Coin Roll Hunter is going to be going live soon. I don't know if anyone has any questions about my story that they want to ask me. I always like that, like people care and have questions. Don't feel like you're nosy or anything. I like to be open. I always wanted people that cared enough to care about me. It's amazing to me so many people are like watching this and caring. I always felt like I wanted to influence people and like share my love, because I've been almost like just realizing how much love humans can have within them ever since my first mania. I couldn't process and handle how good humans were naturally if we were influenced by like our own trauma and whatever maybe negative entities exist. But just if we were pure, like what it would feel like, because I could feel it. I could feel that love, and anyway, I would go through feeling that love and not feeling that love, and I couldn't handle the yo-yo effect of that. But then eventually I stabilized and just realized that it would just take time, but eventually humanity would wake up. And that if I didn't feel that love every day, it was okay. It would come back. And it has lately. Meeting you guys. Goonie Stacker says, I may have that Goonie gold. He's going to his mailbox to see if he got his gold. Millennial Stacker says, Alice, that's a great story. Thank you. It's funny because it kind of ties into to the Alice video game where she's kind of crazy and she's locked up. I mean, there was some definite psychic stuff going on, and I have this maze now that my brain is apparently, because of what I went through to survive it. I mean, I was tortured physically, but like psychically it was even worse. And I had to build some sort of maze. Anyway, I know people that say that they can like remote view and hack other people's brains pretty easily, but not mine. Like people can't break into my brain, I guess. It's not anything I consciously do. It's all subconscious. I'm just me. Just like when I was homeless, I was just never afraid, and they would try to like do things to make me freak out, and I was always just happy and chill, and that is why I did fine. Fear is the mind killer. Good luck anyone trying to make me afraid. Like, I don't get afraid. I've had knives up to my throat and guys just telling me they were going to kill me, and I'm not afraid. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like everything that is supposed to happen will happen, and I do the best I can, and I really trust to my core that it will be okay. And I can't get that shaken from me no matter what happens. I just always feel that faith that things will work out the way they're supposed to. It's been proven too many times in my life to be the case for me to not believe it to my core at this point. I even had a dream where aliens took like 20 humans from over the earth that each represented like the best in a certain way. Some guy was there who's really strong and buff, and they were sucking from us the power that we had that was really the strongest of humanity. And like, so with his, it was his strength. They weren't taking it from him, so he was losing it, but they were just taking it like somehow so they could utilize it. Anyway, I said, what are you taking from me? And they said, the faith I have in myself. Like my faith in myself. And I never forgot that dream / it felt like I was really there. Lucid, whatever. Because it really told me something that I think is true about who I am. And how much just incredible just confidence I have in who I am. And like who humanity is. And just the future that's coming is going to be good. I truly feel that way. Jonathan says, sounds like we got similar stories. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of us do. A lot of us have probably been through a lot. Goonie says, I've realized in life that those who have gone through the worst have the most love to give. Yep. I definitely agree with that. I think that those things that were just so dark, that were so difficult that we went through, are the reason that we're here now talking to each other. And I don't know. Obviously, we were searching for other people that also cared about humans as much as we did. It's not as common as it should be, but it hopefully will be soon. I know it will be eventually. The question is how soon, but I think we can actually influence it happening faster. The faster we can spread it. There, I want to show off the American Eagle. Okay. Oh, 2 minutes from Tupac Coin Roll Hunter going on. It's perfect timing. I know I didn't stream yesterday, by the way. I was going to do it. Well, I slept until 4 p.m. That was a really good thing I did. I must have needed it. I obviously went to bed late, but... And then there was just a lot of streaming and stuff for other people, and then by the time Mad was done, I was really tired, and I just couldn't wrap my brain around doing this well. Plus, I got Silver Husky's package today, so that worked out well. I love the towel I got. International Stacker. Should probably show it off better, but that's okay. I have a nice setup right now. And we're going to end this stream in a second so we can all go see Tupac Coin Roll Hunter. Well, some people dropped the link to CoinPoc. I think you could get that link. Someone dropped it earlier, so anyway, you guys can go set a reminder if it's still like a minute away, or maybe it's going to be starting here any second. But definitely all shovel. I know there's 17 people in here. Wow, a lot of people. I don't actually usually pay attention to how many people are in here. 19. Sweet. I mean, that's probably a record. I'm not sure. Jonathan says, I've been in some dark pits and climbed myself out. That's so awesome, Jonathan. Exactly what I did. And we had to get strong to do that. He says, honestly, I should be dead, but for some reason I'm here. Yep. Heathen Hoarder says, seems like you've developed a lot of inner strength. I'm glad to see you're in a good place now. Thank you. Yes, definitely. Stacking Silverman, up Jonathan. Native Warrior says, hey, Stacking. Hey, Stacking Silverman. Thanks for stopping in. I'm about to end, and we're going to go. I'll go watch Tupac Coin Roll Hunter. If you can. If you guys can't, you're busy. That's okay, but that's where I'm going to go. Hey, 49s. Good morning. I like your dinosaur emoji to represent the dinosaur pouring you've done. Definitely want to get a silver one of those guys. That was really a cool video. Yeah, you did miss the stream. That's okay. Anyway, Massman says, don't like revealing about myself, only to certain people who I think can help. Yeah, I tried to be really vague about a lot of the details. I think I was pretty good with what I said. Haha, your mom says, what's up, Alice? Hey, haha, your mom. Thanks for coming by. That's okay. 49 says, sorry, I missed most of your stream. I'm trying to organize my first auction. Oh, really? Nice. When are you going to have it? I need to make sure I'm there. Do you know when you're going to have your first auction, 49s? That sounds so cool. Buy silver poured pieces from you. Stacking Silverman. I made a video about the dark stuff I went through, but I didn't upload it. Well, maybe my honesty will encourage you to do it, to upload it, especially seeing how other people have reacted to it, which is extremely loving and what I expected. I didn't expect people to... everyone's so amazing here that I feel like it's a safe place. If you want your identity to be safe, I guess just be careful about some of the specifics like I was, but as far as being open about some of the dark stuff, I think it's really nice if you can be vulnerable, especially if you can feel like empowered by what you went through. People like to see that too. 49 says, I'm thinking about advertising his auction for about a week and then do it maybe 2 weeks from now. Nice. Yeah, go with your gut and see what flows, but definitely hype it up, and we'll hype it up with you. It deserves that. And then other people will for sure be able to make it because they'll know when it is. They'll have enough time to plan. What are those fractional pieces? Says Sadie McGravy Gaming Channel. These are a Valcambi bar that you can snap apart. You can just like break it, and they're 1 gram. And they're usually in this like more like Valcambi plastic sort of like clamshell thing. But these I got a really good deal because they're not in one, so it's cool because you can touch them. And I got a good deal on this. I don't have any well, I might have a couple loose Valcambis possibly. I'm not sure, but I don't have like any sort of Valcambi sheet like this. So this is so cool. I'm glad that I can touch it. Definitely, especially because I saved on it. I got a better deal from Silver Husky on this in an auction than you could get on eBay. So if anyone hasn't been to his auctions, there's still deals to be had. 49 says, I have more than 1 kilo of hand-poured pieces in silver, copper, Nordic gold, and pewter. Nice. That's so cool. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Definitely probably good to have it in November so people can buy like their November poured piece from you during an auction. Doug Harding says, love the rounds. You can get 1 out of 4. Not really sure what that means. Anyway, okay. We're going over time now. Does anybody have a link to to Tupac Coin Roll Hunter? Doug says 10 minutes till Tupac. And he probably said that a few minutes ago. So maybe Tupac's running a few minutes late. Stagecoach breaker bars and rounds. Those are cool. I really like those. I don't think you can break them with your hand, but you can cut them, but they're really cool. I like those fractional rounds. Millennial is carving a pumpkin with his son. That's cute. Masked Man says, can't wait to the auction. Please keep everyone informed. Oh my gosh. My brain. Okay. Now I'm going to do a shout out to Wildwest Stacker. It has to do, it ties in to my whole thing that I told my story. So I mentioned earlier in the stream that Wildwest Stacker had made a comment on Silver Scorpion's channel saying, you know, I want to make one of these videos, and I had commented that I was going to. Well, he made one 10 minutes before I started streaming. I knew I was going to shout him out in this video, and so I went and I looked at a channel real fast just to see, because he told me it was coming, and sure enough, 10 minutes before I went on live, he posted his story. So I couldn't watch it in time because I thought I only had 15 minutes till Tupac was going on, so I haven't seen it myself, but definitely watch that when you get a chance. And if someone also wants to throw a link to Wildwest Stacker's video that he posted today about his story, that would be great. And then you could also subscribe to him. Wildwest Stacker's doesn't have a lot of subscribers, even though he has really good content. Really good. Like, I'm glad that I remembered to shout him out, because I would have had to in another time, because he deserves like a full shout out. Like, this guy has unique content. Like, he has this really nice place out in the wilderness that's off grid, because he has these solar panels, and his last video, besides the one he posted today with his story, is about the solar panels, and he talks about how much silver is in his solar panels, and he shows you a whole tour of his huge solar panels out in his place, and which was cool. I've never seen solar panels up close like that, and like behind them with all the wires and stuff. And then he talks about how, like, in the future there's going to be less silver needed, significantly less, I think 40% less. So what will that do? Mad Stacker got really into that video and talked to a lot of people about like what it would mean for silver, because, you know, the demand for silver might go up because people can afford silver, or can afford solar panels more because it takes less silver. So then really, even though they're using less, you're going to need more silver because there's more solar panels being made because it's cheaper for people. So who knows what that will mean, but it's a great video. He has another one where he is just walking through his property, and I don't know, it was just really cool, like, to see this well, I don't know, I liked it. He just shows, he's just walking in the snow, and then there's this table in the middle of the snow with his unboxing and his knife, and he's just unboxing in the middle of the snow. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but when you watch one of his videos, you'll get it. You'll be like, oh, this guy's gonna go far. His personality is really engaging and interesting. So subscribe to Wildwest Stacker. Thank you for his link, Jonathan Reese. I appreciate that. You never cease to be one of the best mods out there. So thanks for that. I'm gonna update the description like always as soon as the stream is over, because I can't before the stream when I do this particular program, from what I've figured out. Okay, so yeah, subscribe to Wildwest Stacker, and if you're watching this in the future, his link will be in my description to his story, and then you can subscribe from there. And then also right now, everybody head over to Tupac Coin Roll Hunter, who's starting his stream. All right, this is Allison Silverland, and remember, we are all wildflowers here.